Dennis Hudson, Senior Director of Games Operations. Very, very happy to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Well, of Games Operations of Newport World Resorts,
Yes,
not of
our
global
new name.
everything.
It's our new name.
So, looking at, we're very happy to be in the property, obviously for the ASEAN Gaming Summit. It's been a great time to be in Manila, seeing everybody together in person for the first time. But I wanted to ask specifically about the outlook that you're expecting now for Newport World Resorts itself, and then also for Entertainment City.
Yeah, I think it's 2023 is going to be a very exciting year for us. We've got many projects in line. Grand Wing second floor will be a very exclusive private VIP area for our locals, plus internationals. But it's we're working on a nice bar, lounge, restaurant scene. Plus we'll have 4 to 6 private salons being built for people that don't want to be seen. So that's just Grand Wing. The mall area has got many new shops coming, many more restaurants, and we are looking at some very luxurious goods. Can't say the names at the moment because the contracts have not been signed, but they're visiting in the next couple of weeks. So as Newport World Resort moves forward, 2023 should be a very bumper year for all outlets, mass gaming, VIP gaming, and our international market.
That's good to hear. I mean, you were mentioning the expansions and further. Is that a continuation of what you had announced last year? There was something like a 75 million investment that was going in
part of it, but not all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've had some new members come on board, and they've kind of shone the light on where our direction should be going. And so we've had many meetings, and we've got the actual designer from Singapore here, just, I suppose, tweaking it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, in the next, if I said by the end of August, everything should be in play. Yeah, and come October, November, it should be a great finish to the year.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Obviously, other partners coming on board, or more eyes on the prize, let's say.
Yes.
But also, you did pretty well last year, right? So how's that?
It was a good end to the year. I mean, obviously, in the beginning of 2022, we still had table slot restrictions where we couldn't open X amount, and we could only have like 3 or 4 players on each table that were open. So plus we had the big screens, you know, which they're all gone. The masks are finally gone. It's voluntary now. But we had facial shields, and in the Philippines, I think it was a tough time for everybody because the shields, facial shields, were outside and indoors. You know, so and it was quite unpleasant. You know, and so when it was announced that facial masks were voluntary, I took it off within seconds. You know, because it was just like, I don't know, 3 years of. It drove everyone mad. You know?
Well, not only from the operations side, but also from the player side. It's nice to be able to have that welcoming, engaging environment.
The smile.
Not only from the croupier, but everyone that you're encountering once you walk into the property. It makes it that personal service that especially VIPs must enjoy.
It is. I mean, you know, Philippines, they do give a great service, welcoming smile. They've got some beautiful smiles, but unfortunately, when you got the mask on and your eyes can't kind of tell a story, but you know, it's the smile. You want to see the mouth, and the players love it. You know, and it's really good to be back.
Speaking of players, I mean, I wanted to kind of zoom out a little bit and look at 2 different markets. So very different markets, Macau and the Philippines. Macau is starting to come back. It's quite a bit delayed compared to how quickly the Philippines opened up. We only started a little bit within January, and we're starting to see those returns within January, Feb, GGR. How is Macau looking from your point of view?
Having worked there for 12 years, 2006 to 2018, to see it go from very low key to the peak, which outshone Vegas, I think 4 or 5 to 1, and then start to dive. It was sad to see how it ended, but it's now back. But it's going to be, I believe, a struggle for Macau because there's so many operators fighting for the same customer, and what with obviously no junkets, or maybe a junket per property. But when I say per property, you can't have the same junket in every property, so it's just one junket per property. Look, I hope for them, I wish him well, because I've got some very good friends there, but it's going to take a long time for it to kind of not get back to normality, but maybe get to the 210 figures, 211 figures, but they'll never see 213, 214 figures ever again. You know, that was just an incredible time to be there.
It was. I mean, you know, and it's hard to replicate something that is so successful and such a large growth period. What is it like in the Philippines then?
Now, I mean, you know, we're back. You know, I mean, the shops are open, restaurants are open, bars are open. The people are walking around the streets, free and easy. I'd still say maybe 10, maybe 20% of the population are still wearing facial masks, and that's their choice. But for me, it's just nice walking down the street and hi, say hello to everybody, but the friendly smiles are back, you know, and I think it's a great time now for the Philippines for the next, I don't know, 5-10 years.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw that, especially towards the end of the year, as you mentioned, you know, the gaming floor was picking up quite a lot. Has that picked up even more in the first quarter? Or?
Yes, we are. We're not in the 219 figures, but come, I would say, by third quarter, we should peak. At the 219 figures, and then keep on continuing.
So you don't expect that to plateau?
No.
It's going to continue?
No, I think the way the economy's going, as I said, the businesses are going, everything's opened, the flights are coming in, tourism's coming in. It's exciting times here in the Philippines.
Well, the domestic market actually did help quite a bit during the pandemic and during the shutdowns when people couldn't come in as much. Do you think that that's going to be as significant a contributor going forward?
Yes, it is. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong here, every sector, mass, VIP, and VIP International will grow sufficiently.
Which one's going to grow the most?
Good question. I'm still going to say the international market, because that's where the big dollars are. But I'm not going to take it away from the mass market, because the people just love to come in and be entertained. And we've got bars, shows. I mean, it's great seeing the shows back in MPAT, you know, and I just hope there's more and more coming. You know, because it holds 1,500 people, and every time we have a show, it's sold out. You know, and the restaurants in the mall sold out. So it's great times.
What about in terms of the VIP, that international VIP that you're mentioning? How much of that is coming from China?
Not much. Yeah, I mean, mainly the majority of our international market is Korean, Taiwanese, Thai, Japanese, and then we have a mixture of Malay, Singapore. Chinese, yes, we have, but not like it used to be. You know, it's, I don't know, China's tightened the reins, and it's very hard for a China person to actually travel, you know, because you have to be a member to play in the international area, so, and there are times when players don't want to be a member, so sorry, you cannot play.
That's interesting, because as we've heard over the course of the conference also, there are new openings which are happening, and some of these people like Hoyana and Inspire are also fighting for some of those higher end clientele. How's that going to work over the course of this year and going forward?
I think, look, players are players. They'll go, if there's a new place opening, they will go and visit. But at the end of the day, they'll play where they're comfortable. So if they're living in the Philippine regions, they'll stay here. But they might take trips, because it's always good to go and see a new place, see what they offer, because competition's a good thing. You know, but I think the strong market in the Philippines. And even though, you know, Vietnam, Cambodia, all these other places are going to open up, possibly Thailand in the near future. Players will try, but they'll come back. You know, so, and I think it's good. I'm looking forward to Thailand, actually. I know there's a referendum in April. We're not sure which way it's going to go, but fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's looking pretty positive so far, and from the feedback from most of the people here, everybody seems kind of estimating that if not a done deal, it's going to be.
Well, you look at Japan, they've been talking about it since 2000. Even my friends and my family are saying, Dad, would you go to Japan? I said, it's over for me. I mean, you know, they started talking about it in 2000, it's 2023 now, and they haven't even got any companies. They were interested, but maybe another 5 years.
And meanwhile, Thailand's moving at light speed.
If they get it, they'll fast track it. Yeah. And I think it was mentioned in one of the seminars that if they do it right, one big integrated resort, Bangkok, start, then move forward to other areas. I think it's great. Thailand is going to be a great spot.
Well, looking back at the Philippines, domestic tourism improved quite a lot during COVID. International tourism has been on the rebound. What else do you want to see?
I suppose more people walking in the property. But look, it's great see people coming back. You know, as I said, the flights are increasing. The international market, our VIP local market is a strong market. Does that sound right? But you know, the mass market, it's increasing. Our head count's going not through the ceiling, but it's getting close to that. So for me, it's just seeing more people come in. You know, just to keep us busy, which we are. And shows like this, you know, it creates interest. You know, if we have more MICE events, that will certainly create an atmosphere. You know, so I think again, exciting times. You know, it's going to be great.
Good. Well, it's very nice to see that and to hear that for, you know, having been based in Macau for all of these years. It's great to see how quickly the Philippines has come back, and let's just continue to hope that it goes that way.
I hope it does. I really do. I hope it does.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah, I'm confident it will.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
No problem. Thank you for having me.